I think I'm going to have a look at this gearbox now. Got quite a bit of play in this. How well this will come over. Quite a bit of play in this Kickstarter bush. Seems to be around the case. I'm not sure if it's the bush or case is worn, so I'll have to have a look at that. That way is probably worse, like that. And also that. There's quite a bit of play in there. So we'll have a look at those and see if I can do anything with that. Right, just turned this bush up on the lathe. So it's a nice fit on there. Might just need to lap it in once it's fitted, and good tight fit in there. I won't press it in yet. I'll put some I'll just put some stud and bearing Loctite on there, make sure that stays put once it's in, and then I'll just need to drill a hole where the grease nipple goes there through the brass. I think it's safer to do it afterwards because that is quite thin wall on there. That's why I've had to make that a fairly loose fit in there. I don't want to risk crushing it. So that should at least take up all the slack that was in this here. Oh yeah, by the way, that's about 11 mil, the internal diameter of that, and 13 on the outside, so that should fit there nicely. That is in there, and that's a much better fit. There's no play in that at all now. And so next thing to do will just be to drill out this hole here where the grease nipple is. So it's got a transfer punch. I'll just mark the centre, drill that out, and then the next thing will be this one here for the Kickstarter. You can see that's the bush that's meant to go in there, and yeah, that's quite loose. Well, this is steel, so this isn't going to be worn. It's going to be the aluminium. That's the shaft. There's a little bit of play on there. Not sure what the tolerance is supposed to be, but yeah. So the problem is I've not got a drill bit that big, and I've not got a boring bar, a boring head rather, for the lathe, for the mill. I can't get it on the lathe. I've got no faceplate, and I think it would be too big anyway, too much swing. So to do that, I've either got to, well, I'm going to have to get a boring head ready for the mill to do that one. I think either that or just get a new bush and JB weld it in and see well that would do. Well, that would last very long, I don't know. I'd rather make a brass bush and put in there. Oh, by the way, that's brass. That would be better if that was phosphor bronze, but only had brass, so there we are. But yeah, a little bit closer. Right, so that is the old bush. You see there's quite a bit of slop in that, and it just drops through there. This is the one, just turned this up on the lathe. A piece of steel I had, and that's really good slide and fit, and all I've got to do now is try and get this into here, and I think I'm going to try and just gently file out the high spots and hopefully get it somewhere close. That's the plan. Right, there's that bush in there. That is nice and tight, unlike this one which was just slapping around all over the place. That's only fractionally bigger. I've just taken off the high spots because that had gone out around a little bit, the aluminium. Yeah, but that's really nice now. That's a nice fit, just enough movement. So that's that bit sorted. So they're going to start putting this gearbox back together. I have put a new oil seal in the back, but I forgot to film that. But that is the old one. I should wonder what they look like. I mean, it wasn't that worn, but just as a matter of course, while I'm doing it, might as well. And I'll just take that out of there. So all that actually holds that oil seal in is this circlip or spring clip around there. Yeah, so it's quite an easy job. And then they practically, once you get the spring clip out, they practically fall out of there. Right, let's get this secured again, just to stop that tipping over really. Right, so I've got new gaskets. Yeah, so I'll just get some well seal round, gaskets on, and then the cover can go back on, or the inner cover. What else have I done? Oh, I just put some Hylamar around that pin. Don't know if they leak from there or not, but yeah, just in case. Yeah. Oh yes, by the way, if you do take these to pieces, you just have to get it in neutral first to disassemble and reassemble. Just makes it easier, but they're not too bad. They lift out fairly easy. Right, so I will get the gasket on. Okay, so when this goes back on, that part is in neutral, and this also has to be set in neutral. There's a couple of dots there, just have to be aligned when this actually goes on. So just leave that to flash off a bit more and fit that on. So those dots are in a line. I think it's just one screw that holds this part on, and then assemble the next piece. Right, so that's that lever back in there. That's one to replace the bush on, and the other thing is this cog here. You can see that's quite badly worn. You can actually see the original profile at the back there, so I've got a new one to replace that with. And actually the teeth on the on here are quite good, so yeah, that one's okay. That's just this this ratchet, it's badly worn. So I'll get that in place. So that's a very good fitting gasket. I think I shrunk in the wash, that one. Right, so got this prepared, got the ratchet refitted and the spring, got the kickstarter lever temporary on, and just using the clutch arm just to hold the tension on that spring. So in theory this should all just drop on now, hopefully. Line up is the worm gear. Why are you not going on? Oh, I know, as that stop is in the way. That needs to go a little bit further round. Right, let's try again. So that's working okay. We'll just get these all tightened down. That can go back on. I think there's a grease nipple to go in there, and that's about it, which is just as well. Battery's about to run out.